In this 9th episode, I will be explaining about Hajime Isayama, the author of Attack on Titan. A lot of time has passed since the last commentary video by Mitsuru Adaki. This is because I used to read a lot of manga in the early 1990s when I was a boy, but I stopped reading manga after that. However, Attack on Titan was different. The story of Attack on Titan, about humans living only within the walls and the giants who eat people, stimulated my middle-aged heart. In addition, the foreshadowing of the first episode of the serialization was collected 12 years after the end of the serialization. So it is thought that a significant portion of the story was already completed before the serialization began. There are not many cases in Japanese manga history where a work that has continued for such a long time has been able to be consistently drawn to the end without major failures. This time, I will explain about the author, Hajime Isayama. Isayama was born in Hita City, Oita Prefecture, in 1986. His hometown of Hita City is a small town surrounded by mountains on all sides. When he was young, Isayama had a strong desire to leave the small town surrounded by mountains, and this became the idea for the town surrounded by the walls in Attack on Titan. He was small from a young age, weighing about 10 kilograms less than his classmates, and he seems to have felt a sense of inferiority towards those around him. This inferiority complex was further exacerbated when he joined a soccer club in elementary school. He started drawing manga when he was in high school, and many of his stories involve the weak taking on the strong. This is said to be based on his life experiences and inferiority complex. From a young age, he was small in stature, and when he had to wrestle with children who were bigger than him at the school sumo tournament, he felt a sense of despair that he was no match for the bigger kids. He also drew manga about the regret he felt when he was the only one who couldn't jump into the river when the other kids tested their courage by jumping in. Did he identify with Armin? When he graduated from high school, Isayama wanted to become a manga artist, but his father strongly opposed the idea. He lied to his father and said he wanted to study design, and enrolled in a manga department at a vocational school for designers. There, he learned the art of manga. In 2006, when he was 19 years old, he took his original idea for Attack on Titan to a publisher and tried to sell them his manga, but they didn't take him seriously at all. He wasn't a particularly good artist. He also had his work looked at by the editors of Weekly Shonen Jump, a magazine he had been reading since he was a child. The editors gave him a scathing and unsparing critique, saying, "Don't draw the manga you want to draw, bring us Jump." Jump wanted a story that fit in with their worldview. With these words, Isayama cut his ties with Jump and actively began to market his work to other publishers. However, none of the publishers were interested in Isayama, whose drawing ability had fallen significantly even among new artists. Then, a single chance encounter occurred. Isayama made a cold call to the publishing company that runs the magazine, and one of the new editors answered the phone. His name is Shintaro Kawakubo. At Kodansha, the editor who answers the phone is supposed to look at the newcomer's manga submission. Kawakubo said that Isayama's pictures were not very good, but after seeing his passionate work, he told him that he would like to see the manuscript again when he had finished his next work. This was the first meeting between Isayama and the editor, Kawakubo. Kawakubo said of Isayama at the time, he would always come up with an answer to every question. He had a worldview and character settings that were not written in the script, but were firmly established. This Attack on Titan won an honorable mention in the 2006 magazine's monthly award for new recruits. This was said to be something that the new recruit, Kawakubo, forced into the magazine. Kawakubo became Isayama's editor and helped him win new serialization. Isayama was thinking of drawing a different manga, but Kawakubo suggested that he start a serialization with Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, which was originally a one-shot story, was a short story, but the world setting contained a larger story that had not been fully written in the one shot. Kawakubo proposed that they expand on the parts that had not been written. In this way, Isayama continued to expand on the story, and the story of Attack on Titan that we know today was born. Kawakubo asked Isayama detailed questions about the story he had come up with, and by further delving into the viewpoints and issues that Isayama had not fully considered, the story of Attack on Titan deepened. In that sense, the editor could be said to be another author. It seems that Kawakubo's opinions are sometimes reflected in the work, and sometimes completely ignored. It is up to the artist to make the selection. Attack on Titan was decided to be serialized in the newly launched Besatsu Shonen magazine in 2009. Attack on Titan is a dark fantasy, and it was not something that would be serialized in an existing manga magazine. It was a fortunate event for Isayama and Kawakubo that it was able to be published in a newly launched manga magazine that had not been tainted by any particular color. At the beginning of the serialization, Isayama's drawing ability was not even remotely good. In fact, it didn't even meet the standards for serialization. However, once the serialization began, its popularity gradually grew due to its unique story. And in 2013, an anime was produced. After watching the first episode of the anime, Isayama commented on its high level of completion, saying, "The original work is the anime, and I'm in charge of the manga, which I'm not very good at." Once the anime started, the popularity of Attack on Titan increased at an accelerating rate, to the extent that it became a topic of conversation on the TV news. I first heard of Attack on Titan when I saw a foreigner live streaming the anime on YouTube. As you all know, it has become very popular since then. However, when the story moved from the Titans to the conflict between humans, the popularity of Attack on Titan also declined, and Isayama has said that this was the most difficult period for him. In 2021, Attack on Titan ended its 12-year-long serialization. The popularity of this work was not limited to Japan, but it was also a huge hit around the world, and a live-action adaptation has been decided to be made in Hollywood. Isayama is probably currently taking a long vacation to recharge his batteries. People all over the world are eagerly awaiting to see what kind of work he will show us next. Next time, I would like to explain the story of Attack on Titan and the live-action film produced in Japan. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel and press the like button.